Good afternoon, and welcome in to another Titan Talk. What are you guys?
I don't know. I'm just being weird.
I was like, what's wrong? What's wrong?
Little bits, right?
Welcome into a Titan Talk in 2026. First of all, Happy New Year. I wasn't here on Monday.
Yeah,
but Happy New Year to you all. Hope you all had a good break. I feel refreshed. We'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, mine lasted like...
We get into today.
5 hours. So
5 hours. Move that mic closer.
Okay.
I guarantee you the stream's going to be like, oh, the mic's terrible. You just never have it.
What does your mug say?
It says, always be yourself unless you can be a panda, then always be a panda. I got it as a gift.
Look like you
like
faced the white bit to the camera then.
No, that was... Yeah, I don't care if they see.
It's
fine.
It's fine. Well, welcome in. It's time to get things back on the road.
All right, Bobby. Okay, Bobby.
Oh, I need to...
Okay, Bobby.
I need
Sorry.
to reset
I don't... I feel like I'm...
Blow my ears out of there. Thanks. I appreciate that. But today, it's time to get back into the flow of basically what we were doing for the majority of last year. It's God Reveal Day, I believe.
I'm just being annoying.
It is.
I said I'm paused in game with it, so...
It's the first...
We're looking at a
We're
god.
already talking about gods?
First god of 2026.
That's generally what we do on these shows. We should go
Guys,
straight to
it's
the god.
been 7 days. It's time to do a new god. We've waited too long into this year already.
I'm so sleepy.
Ridiculous.
My chat
Balls.
is broken. I need to like...
You struggling?
Yeah, it's all right. I'm just going to open it up in Twitch because that'll be fun.
But today, we'll be going over the new God Discord.
I can also like put this in the middle.
We're good.
Come to the game. I do believe the PTS will be on later on this afternoon.
It
Just so
will.
you're all know.
Yeah.
It will.
So you'll be able to playtest Discordia.
And
there'll be another God on there.
yeah.
I heard.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
More?
Yeah.
Were we working during break? Is that allowed?
The Piz, a few of us were, for sure. I'm pretty sure you saw us in the community and
That's
around
messed
at times, but that's what we do. But you'll be able to see the new God also there. We'll talk about them a little bit later. Shall we jump straight into Discordia then?
Sure. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
First
So,
thing I'll
tell
do-
us first.
Go ahead.
Who is Discord?
Yeah, who is she?
Well, like the lore, Discordia is the goddess of strife, and there was a contest of the gods where she caused a lot of strife, as is her wont. And then she was in Smite 1, and then she's really pretty with wings and stuff, and she looks even better in Smite 2. Play it now.
She's right there. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, if
the
you want to
audio's working.
learn more about it, it's in the
Audios. Welcome in to the first show of looking at Discordia. Keep an eye for me today, by the way, because I've noticed this on some of the, watching back some of the episodes.
Yeah.
That our cameras block stuff. So if that happens, let me know so I can remove it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because I can't
I'll
see it
try
from here,
to
but
remember.
it's just something I noticed and I want to make sure we do. But here's a little look at Discordia. Clumsy, base where we
All right,
started.
Discordia is she's one of the mages. I think she was like really popular on the list, right?
Incredibly
like, she was absolutely
popular.
up there.
Yeah, and from the time she was released, she's always been one of the most played. Sorry,
There you go.
this iPad's just broken.
be fine.
Always been one of the most played gods. She has a lot of like really big dedicated fans, and I think we felt like was just one of the clear big wins that we could start the year off with to bring into Smite 2.
And that being said, we as usual, especially when some of the gods have a lot of expectations on parity, we wanted to make sure not to break that loop. So, Discordia's main kit doesn't have a whole bunch of changes. She's pretty similar to what she was, but there's a lot of love, and people in chat are immediately talking about the love. So let's have a look at that real quick. Hindu, do you mind just, without attacking, just going like WASDing the different directions? Which I think, there we go, right? So if you just go like just one direction, then another direction.
so
So
right,
if you
that's
go
a
right, left, right, she's still got those different unique animations. That's something we knew we weren't gonna lose, right? The model, like the
still dabs.
She still dabs while going in the right direction. I don't think we've ever said out loud that that's what she does, but that's what she does.
She relaxes.
She relaxes. Like she has so much love and flavor. We spent a little bit more time making sure that like her face is a little bit cleaner with the way her eyes are proportioned in Smite 2. She's swimming, like she just looks really fantastic in Smite 1 and even better now in Smite 2. So we're really excited to just like make sure that we just stay on point. Chuck, fantastic job on the effects. We're throwing more apples. Not only are we throwing more apples, they actually bounce off of you when you hit.
It is incredible. It is the best auto attack
so
in the game.
minor.
Now.
It's so
like,
cool.
look at this.
There's some discussion that
Get
maybe
close
it's
so
like
people can
lasting
see
a
it.
little bit too long. We're still tweaking things. What you're gonna see here is, it's not technically the final product for everything. As usual, there might be some sound, some effects, some UI, some things that might be some design issues that aren't fully cleaned out yet. But we are most of the way there. I mean, she's releasing next week. So
How do you like
we're
these apples?
How do you like these apples? Balls. But yeah, I think one of the main changes coming up with Discordia is really just a flavor addition.
Yeah.
which is based in her passive. So she still has that same passive, as you can see with the passive meter, Contest of the Gods, where whoever has the most damage on your team will gain the Strength and Intelligence buff, which was powered before. But now she has a new component to this passive, which is just there. It's not there for a massive change. It's there for a little bit of fun and intrigue, right? It's Discordia. We're creating a little bit of Discord here, which is anytime you gain a level or a God Killer assist, you gain a random temporary buff of Intelligence, Lifesteal, or Healing. So I don't know if you want to go ahead and get a kill, or you can try and like set yourself a level. If that's the easiest way, probably a set level space 19.
Yep, and just go back. Sure.
And then you can see the wheel spins, a little bit of effects misalignment there, and then you get a random buff. So she got the Intelligence buff. You're just having a little bit of fun. Discordia is like always doing a little contest, and sometimes it's with herself.
Healing over
she
time.
gets some regen, which is based on her max health over time. So again, this happens every level. It's it's a great point, Mutaba. I actually probably thought about changing it. It's 0.5% per tick for I think 6 seconds. So it's a decent chunk. They're just fun little things. You know, we can always play around with their numbers. We can play around with their efficacy. We don't want this to feel like massive power spikes. We just want this to be a little bit of fun.
Cool. So that's the passive. Then
that's the passive with one that changes. The one also has some of the changes as well, but it's really based on the gameplay feels. Also, Chuck went fucking crazy and nuts. That one looks so good, and the way it twirls and hits down looks really, really good.
All the effects on her, I think, are some of the best we've seen so far.
So very, very excited to see that. The sound's all there. Kellen killing it too. Like everything's feeling and sounding just like Discordia. One of the things that changed with the one is actually the way it fires through walls. In Smite 1, it was actually unique tech where it kind of snapped when you hit between walls. But, you know, while that's cool, we thought we can do better in Smite 2. So in Smite 2, always better, strictly better. You can actually fire within the wall itself. So if you pull it back into the wall, you can actually, you'll never worry about that snapping issue. You'll actually be able to fire within it. And the way this actually works is because one of the reasons why we didn't let you do that in Smite 1 is because of how the projectiles were bounced. Like, would they just freak out inside the walls and stuff?
Yeah.
But now the projectiles are offset and created in such a way that if you actually, can you like halfway shoot the one inside of the wall? Only the ones that are outside that radius will actually do the bounce.
Gotcha. So if it's the edges will go outside, will still fire, but if
you'll
it's
still
all the way
have
inside,
the ones.
you get nothing.
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
So this way, you won't feel like when you're trying to hug it, or like honestly, it was kind of a strategy against Discordia, is like go by walls and kind of hug the walls because it's really hard, almost like a Giannis portal, to actually hit them accurately. Now you won't actually have that issue. One of the other things that this does. One of the other things that we're actually doing with this change, which is very, very minor, which is if you actually use the one and like aim the circle component on someone, the way this works is there's actually a new damage component. So right there, when it explodes, if you have like the non-additive damage component, usually you'd be hit by like a random number of the small projectiles based on slightly where you were in the orientation of that circle. Now that entire circle area is an AoE field. You're going to be hit by the ball, and then you're going to be hit by the explosion. If you're hit by the explosion, you will not be able to get hit by any of the small projectiles. So that's it's like the culmination of being hit by 6 of the small projectiles.
All in one go. So firing this right on top of someone's head is going to do a little bit more damage in a weird way?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Makes sense.
But everyone else is still getting hit by those small projectiles. So overall, the one will just feel better to use. 2 Strife is the first time we're kind of bringing madness into the game. A lot of tech had to be done for this. It was not an easy one. The way it works is you create the field. You can see some cool new effects there too. If there's one target that's there, they're only going to be rooted, just as usual. If there's 2 targets, then they're going to be madness, which means that they're attacking each other. There's still some cleaning up to be doing here, but the way madness worked in Smite 1, honestly, me and the programmer Nick kept on going back and forth on it because it was actually, it felt like it made sense, but if you actually look at some of the individual rules, it was actually very, very odd. So we cleaned it up in a lot of cool ways. One of the ways we cleaned it up is actually there's now a projectile that fires between ranged gods at each other. Which we're not going to see here with Odin's, but that's completely okay. While before it was actually like invisible damage, and those ranged gods were actually kind of hitting themselves. But based on whether there was another enemy god that they could attack nearby, it wouldn't work and stuff. Now it's just a lot more intuitive. The way Madness works is they will attack the nearest enemy god, just like in Smite 1. That means though that if there's 2 madness gods and another god that's closer, it'll run. So like those 2 gods were hit, they're not going to run to each other. That closer Odin is actually going to target the Odin that's not madness. It's a little bit tough to get that in. But overall, we wanted to clear up the way madness worked, make sure it feels a lot more intuitive. There's still some work to be done, especially with the way gods attack and animate against each other, but we're working on that pretty hard, and you'll see more of that cleaned up as the PTS cycle goes on.
Awesome. So 2, madness is back.
Gameplay-wise, madness is back, and it's working just the way you'd expect, if not better.
Very similar. I do believe you mentioned the 1 and the 2 we've kind of cleaned up a little bit.
Yes,
in terms of
basically
the ranges.
everything, everywhere, we've cleaned up the edges around. Discordia had a lot going on that was a little bit more scuffed than you might think when you looked at it with a magnifying glass. But
Yeah.
we need to make sure that it feels good.
So
does Disco get kill credit if the two gods fighting?
Yeah,
kill
absolutely.
Each
So
other? Yes,
she's
that is,
like
counts as her
attributing
damage.
her damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then onto the 3 then.
Yeah,
Right?
onto the 3. We've kind of done most of the changes. Like I said, we wanted to keep things a little bit simple with Discordia. The 3 functions the way you'd expect. You get stealth, you get movement speed, you get the cooldown reductions. That's a little bit on the AO1 and AO2, but sorry, more on the AO1 and the AO2, less on the ulti, because it does give you cooldown reduction with the ulti.
Yeah.
The new change that is there, because this is the last change that's a little bit small, is when you actually have used the 3, anytime you hit and damage an enemy god while the 3 is active, you're not really going to be able to tell this, but so while you're in it, I think it's while you're in it, maybe it's actually when you're out of it, but the AO3 duration will actually last longer.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so just a little bit. I think it's like 0.25 seconds every time you damage an enemy god, up to a max of 3 seconds. So it's not going to be massive, but the more you're utilizing that 3 aggressively, the longer it can actually last.
Yeah, you can feel it a little bit there. Okay. So that's the 3 still going to go into stealth, still
Yes.
going to provide the cooldown reduction.
Still provides you the
And the
movement
ultimate
speed.
reduction and the movement speed as well.
Yep, exactly.
You can still go over walls, I'm guessing.
Still go over walls.
Yeah.
You're still doing
Makes
a leap technically. So I believe a wheel assist can still pull you out of it, just like you'd expect. I
Okay.
hope.
That's the 3.
Cool.
Next
then
up-
finally, the
Yeah.
ulti also got a glow up on it too. Feels just the way you'd expect. It's bouncing, it's going crazy, and it still does. Oh wait, there's the tiniest thing here, and it still latches on.
I will say
to
the
enemy
apple,
gods.
the visual effects of the apple have changed too. I've noticed that more than
Yeah, they look great.
the first thing. So yeah, the apple. Tell me more about it. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was so confused by just.
No, you go ahead.
showcasing
It
the
bounces. The projectile hits enemy gods just as you expect. It does the cripple, does the tremble, does the AOE spread to any other gods. It still does the taunting like VGS, and when other enemies are hit,
Yeah.
they say that no, I'm the greatest. We added one extra super small, like fun little thing to it, which is not even
Okay.
a gameplay thing, but there's a 1 in 10 or 15 chance for a little silly thing to happen instead.
A silly thing to happen.
Yeah, you might hear like a fart whip and an oops or something like that. But,
Okay.
you know, sometimes they don't feel like taunting. They actually just like made a little mistake.
It does feel very bouncy as well. On the screen.
It is.
Yeah. Feels like it goes a long way, but the apple looks also clearer.
Yeah, it looks really,
alongside
really
else,
cool.
yeah.
And I think that apple above their heads changes based on friendly enemy. So
Okay. So that's a little look so far. Is there anything else to mention on her so
no, I
far?
think that's pretty much it. So that's Discordia's kit. She's got everything that you'd expect from Smite 1 with just a little bit love in a few places, primarily on the AO1 and the way it feels. I think
Yep.
it may be
Oh.
less. Yeah, I mean you can bounce I think as many times as you want.
That's like a corridor of death, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Allies cannot crit each other.
Nope.
Oh, one of
me
the other
check this.
small things
Yeah.
actually is there was some conversation on how the AO2 and AO1 ranges always felt a little bit off. So what we did there is we actually lined them up a little bit better in favor of Discordia. It's super minor. It's about like a 1.5 meter, just a 1 to 1.5 meter change where the AO1 is a little bit longer, but the AO2 is like the AO1 is longer. The AO2 is the tiniest bit shorter based on their widths and their max ranges. So now if you do your 2-1 combo at like max range, it should feel really in line.
If I can hit it. He's just out of range of both.
There we go. While before in Smite 1 that might not have actually hit.
Awesome. That
Sweet.
is Disco.
That is
We
Disco.
did that in 50 minutes. You were so fast, by the way.
Yeah, it's like,
was
welcome
zooming.
Clumsy's back. All I do is speak fast.
Here we go.
So TLDR, Disco from Smite 1, but with a few
A
small,
few small tweaks.
tweaks.
A fun one on the passive. A lot of cleanup on the 1 that should feel a lot better, especially
Visual
through
cleanup.
walls.
Yeah.
Especially with the projectiles feel. A lot of text stuff that we did on the 2 to make sure that felt better. The 3 has the change in the deployable, and the 4 should feel just as good as that. With a little fun little quip.
Awesome.
But that's not all.
But that's that's not all. Balls.
Balls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you- I
It's not
don't-
as
I don't
crazy
know
as that.
about
We
this
were just
one,
doing.
so,
we were just having fun with the teaser, of course. I
Yeah,
didn't
so
actually expect that
if
to
you
be
missed
good.
Clumsy's tweet, he was asked to tease the Discordia aspect.
I didn't even know that. I just saw my Discord poke me
And
like,
he
who told you to?
tweeted balls. That was his teaser. His teaser
All right. Just like,
was balls.
I was joking about it. Now I feel like being scolded by.
No, I was just-
Wait, my 3's gone. Why's my 3 gone?
All right, whoa, one thing at a
Oh,
time.
I'm sorry. I
one
was
thing
just
at a time.
leaving base, okay? I
Yeah.
wasn't intentionally. Right.
All right.
Tell me
Aspect.
about- yeah.
If you go ahead and hover over it, Discordia's aspects, yes, we do a whole bunch of different things, is a little, but this is, like something we've done recently, but we can talk about that later, is aspect of the Gilded Victor. This is slightly more of a mage ADC aspect.
Okay.
But playing around with like kind of different gimmicks. So the one thing that's there, which is super small, is Contest of Gods. There's no contest anymore. Discordia won. What this does is actually just a small pivot, which is she no longer has a like changing buff that goes to different people. It'll now just be extra intelligence scaling going to in-hand attack power. Super small, but it helps like play around with the way this kit will flow a little bit more. She still gets the random RNG buffs based on the level up or the God Killer and Assist.
Yeah.
The next thing that's there, which we really should show out, is the one. The one changes a little bit more, so it still fires out, but you can see that there's no more balls.
Whoa,
Where did that go? You have like one ball back, but where did all the small balls go?
Yeah,
So the way this works is you deal damage out, and then you deal damage back in.
Okay.
But what's actually happening is that you're gaining the stack every time you get hit. You damage enemy gods. So you can see on her buff bar meter, she's got 4 stacks.
Yeah.
And what this does now is that your next in-hand attacks actually are enhanced.
Okay.
So go ahead and get some stacks, and now attack. And now we've got some more balls. And these proc off of in-hand damage and do in-hand damage effects. You're only getting 1 hit, obviously, on the first character that you hit, but all the balls will still do
Okay. So I get multiple stacks of this. I get multiple auto.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So I got 4 stacks. 1, 2, 3. 4.
Yep.
Okay. Get in the field.
Balls.
Balls on the 1.
The 2 doesn't change at all. The 3, as you saw, changed a little bit more. So the 2 is exactly the same.
Yep.
CC, feels good, ranged poke.
The 3.
The 3 no longer creates the field. It's now more of just an in-hand attack stim.
Okay.
I think you hover over it. I'm trying to remember. It gives you movement speed, just like you'd expect, kind of does, but not in the field specifically. Attack speed, and it now gives you just straight up attack damage as well.
Oh, okay.
So you use your 1, you kind of position the enemies with the 2 and the CC, or you go aggressively with the 3.
Yeah. Okay.
It's still a tween. It still does what you'd expect there. Yeah, exactly. That's going to start feeling pretty good.
So you can throw out your 1 and then leap to make it come back in a different place?
Yeah, it's a homing
That's
kind of ball towards you. Yep,
Yeah.
there we go. And then finally, there is still a small change on the ulti. It's very, very similar to what is before. But if you go ahead and fire it, or look at the targeter, it's actually a lot thinner. It's more of a snipe shot.
Oh, okay.
It's a snipe shot that does
seems
more.
long, yeah.
Well, it's actually shorter than the original one, but it's faster.
Okay.
And it only bounces once. So it's a faster apple. It only bounces once. It does not do any of the spread stuff, but it does a lot more upfront damage to the target that you hit. So hit that target, you do a lot more damage. The burst damage is actually smaller, which is flip-flopped to the normal Discordia, which is actually, the other way around. And it also scales off of in-hand damage. So if you, as well as the previous, so if you go ahead and like hover over the 4 tooltip, just so we can see it.
Sorry.
Yeah, so you can see the damage scaling is 60% of your intelligence, because this is, like I said, mage ADC. She's still scaling off of intelligence.
Sure.
And attack damage, which is 100% of your attack damage. I think I may have nerfed that. I can't remember. I'll have to double check. Or maybe I just ripped it. Or I can't remember. I'll double check that one. But, yeah.
So one of the other things
does
you can bounce, but bounces
does bounce,
shorter.
and it bounces
just once.
Which I think is funny that you did the bounce on like the walls earlier, because now you can see it actually only bounces once.
Yeah.
So you can actually use your AO3, which gives you increased attack damage, and then use your AO4 to actually make the AO4 do even more damage. But yeah, this will be interesting.
Amazing. I will say one thing that's going to come up in chat, or already probably has as well, is the fact that everyone's like, man, I can't believe they didn't do a support aspect for Discordia.
Yes. Or the fact that we just did another ADC aspect.
Yeah.
But with Geb coming out, we're always looking at the timeline of things coming up, and we wanted to make sure that we don't, double down or triple down on things too much, but this is what felt more right, especially with some of the things that have happened and something that may or may not happen in the future.
Yeah.
That being said, nothing is ever set in stone. So we have to just be careful with what we do, and the main important thing is to do things that are fun.
Sure.
This is the direction that the aspect kind of evolved in. It actually wasn't the original kind of components of the aspect. Her 1 was actually quite a bit different, and then we moved more towards this later on. So yeah, I think the goal is for aspects always is for them to be fun, and we're really, really excited to see how this one feels and how base Discordia feels. And I'm gonna give one last caveat, which is really important, is that Discordia was being worked on, mostly before the holiday period, but that leaves a lot of stress too. This is actually more of like a caveat for me, but just let us know the PTS period. Her balance, especially on the aspects, I'm a little bit more uncertain about than most other things that I ship. So let me know how you guys feel about it in PTS. We always make quick changes. Yeah, just
Makes
let me
a lot
know.
of sense.
It'll There's also more balance changes that'll also affect Discordia aspect.
Can you one them blink away?
That we will talk about more on Friday. So.
Yep, you can do that.
Yep.
Oh no, yes and no.
I missed it.
I'd say yes and no.
Discordia, will come out with the update on next Tuesday, so
Yeah.
less than a week away. It will
Yeah.
be PTS today. The aspect will come out on Friday, so a few days after Discordia comes out, and yeah.
It probably has a max lifetime.
It's got a length. Of time.
It's got a max lifetime.
Yeah,
It won't
that
go
makes
all
sense.
the way.
That makes sense. Good to know. I'm just checking with what chat was
The apple
asking
does
questions.
ability damage.
Oh,
I think one of the only balance things that was noted today that I want to be careful of is I might lower the AO1 just ability damage because like she shouldn't just be a better mage in this aspect,
sure.
right?
Can the
So
apple
that's one of
crit?
the
I'm
main
guessing
things.
no.
No.
Nope. Okay. I guess that's it for Discordia. At least in-game stuff for the time.
The
being.
mini balls from the AO1 do crit and they work and they proc item effects at 100%. But you're only doing one on, so you're actually getting, if you hit one target with a basic attack after you have that buff proc, you are hitting them with 2x the amount of item proc damage, but not 7x because of the basic attack hit and then the 6 further ones. You're only getting hit by 1. So yeah, that's Discordia
That's Discordia.
and balls.
But wait,
There's more.
well, we have to look at our Ascension Pass.
Oh yeah, there's more later.
gonna say,
Okay,
we're
so one
going
thing at a
to-
time.
yeah.
I'm done with the balls joke, by the way, guys, so you don't have to worry about that anymore.
But ADC, Discordia. I will say as well, I guess with the aspects, Clumsy, we're not going to say we're never doing aspects for the characters again in the future.
No,
That may
we've talked about
verify
before.
them. I just want to make that clear to the
we
community
don't-
because they're all like, God, again, with the support thing, I'm expecting them all like, I can't believe it just made sense to make her a support, but she's still got
But
support
we also
tendencies
don't
already.
always just do role things. Like,
That's fair.
there's a chance that the next Discordia aspect that comes out 10 years from now is just another mage playstyle variation change, right? Like,
Yeah.
again, the roles almost matter more for conquests, but we don't always see it as just that. Sometimes we do role one, sometimes we do playstyle stuff.
So here's a little look at Discordia and her shadow skin as part of the mastery path.
Oh, yeah, I think this one's really cool. I think, like, looking at the wings and the material changes is going to be core.
Hell yeah.
And as a reminder, if you have the Ultimate Edition of the Founders Edition, you will be getting this Ascension Pass free on
Part
the
of
day
it.
comes out. Yeah.
So you get the center of
Very
attention
cool.
tracker. You also get the badge. Which I
Classic.
remember everything that's here. The clap emote
Clap, clap.
available alongside objectives destroyed as a tracker, god assists, maddening strifes connected. And there's a little look at
Nice,
the Onyx
nice.
skin as
Our
well.
eyes are almost creepy in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Disco's eyes have always been creepy though, let's be honest.
Ooh,
Yeah, I
cute.
love the opal.
And the opal version as well. Love the dress.
I like that. I like her hair.
We then have the emote that comes with it.
Okay. Yeah. I kind of
She's
forgot about this
dabbing
one.
in game.
And we
She should
weren't
be
sure if she was
dabbing in
dabbing
game
before. Oh
emote.
my god, it's like just right up in your face. It's
Yeah,
like
right.
I think you like
vibrating.
double clicked in a double blade or something.
Okay, gotcha.
Some of that there for sure. And then you've got the wave. I should bring
I'm
that
gonna
up.
need that dab emote for a bit. Oh, that's cute.
The tracker, sorry, the reward
Strifer.
title of Strifer,
Okay.
alongside God Kills, and then the Mastery Badge,
Striker, is that a word?
and the Diamond
Oh,
Razor
that
Radiant
looks
skin.
really good.
I want to say Diamond still, but the Radiant skin.
Yeah.
Man, her wings just like there was some time when she was first in like playtests and stuff where she wasn't quite there yet, but she got there.
And for the fairest card
Apples.
effect art as well, once you hit level 10, alongside the usual diamonds too.
Yep.
That's a little look at the disco.
Nice.
What's next, Kilgoon?
So
Tell me.
I don't know. You guys want to
did
do
it.
skins or do you want to do all the other stuff in the update?
There's so much.
I want to see skins. But
Okay, we'll do skins first.
Okay.
So there are 3. Well, so the first thing I will note is that this is not actually skins, but this is kind of a good lead-in.
Okay.
Yule Fest ends when this patch comes out.
Oh, cool.
There is not a new event starting with this patch. This is kind of an in-between patch. So these skins will not be. They won't have the peppermint candies in them. If you want to collect the peppermint candies for the Yule Fest, that ends when the patch comes out on Tuesday. So if you've been individually buying skins trying to get to certain rewards, your chance to do that ends Tuesday when the patch comes out. All ways to get peppermint candies will go away when the patch comes out. It's not like the pumpkins where they remain as a thing that you can purchase in the Travelers.
Limited
We
time.
did it as part of a limited time thing. So your chances now to get the Yule Fest stuff. With that disclaimer out of the way, we are going to be bringing back the Pantheon quests during
Oh, nice.
this little kind of between event downtime. So if you didn't quite finish all of the Pantheon quests last time, you will have a chance to do that while this update is live.
Perfect.
And I believe that's only going to last for this 2-week update. I believe
Only
that
2
after
weeks?
this
Okay.
2-week update, our next event, I think, starts. So act now if you want to get your Pantheon badges.
Sweet.
Now, on to the skins. We have 3 travelers in this update.
Okay.
Which one?
Let's start with Nemesis.
One sec.
And he's like, I've got to navigate my way there now.
What?
In the travelers
Are
section?
you on Dev or PTS?
Yeah, we got a little bit of a bug on Dev at the moment. Is what I'm looking at. There is a giant flying character over Nemesis.
That's very funny.
Don't know how.
Can you go to
I will try
the
and
god
fix it.
then
Keep
go
talking.
to the-
Yeah, I'll just restart and see if this.
Okay.
We'll just hang out for a second.
Answer questions. You know, there's plenty of things to discuss. I'm sure we can go through
If we
other
don't do
stuff.
skins, we did the other section. Was there stuff that you didn't want to show in game that we could talk about?
Yeah, most of the other stuff actually is not to be shown in game. So
Okay,
we can
so
just
we
talk
can just go- we
some
can
other
just
stuff.
skip
Okay,
that stuff.
We're going to talk some
Yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
stuff.
Talk about that while I try and fix it.
Okay. So a couple bug fixes that are worth calling out.
Cool.
The cast mode with aspects such as Cabrakan should be resolved
Nice.
with this update. So if you were having cast mode issues with aspects, that will be fixed.
Yeah.
We have a strong suspected fix going out for the RTO frozen mesh and audio FX spam issue.
That one was actually really, really annoying for us to like track down. It was not an easy one.
Yes. So we are strong suspected fix. There is a chance that it will still occur, but we are pretty sure that this is going to
Oh, the
fix
RTO thing, let me tell you, the team has been chasing that for a while with the little bugs that came through. It was really hard for the team to identify exactly where it was happening because people were reporting it, but we just couldn't work out where it
Yeah,
started.
it's
which is
super obvious
crazy.
when it happens. It just doesn't obviously happen.
But the team did a great job over the winter just getting through that. So
Okay, this is a big one, chat. We will be adding a new setting for Agility Relic, which lets you choose if you want to use the Shift keybind or standard Relic keybinds.
Damn. Now they won't be
we
yelling
finally
at us
did
anymore.
it. We finally did it.
Yes.
I wanted to say that more curtly, but
Yeah.
that works.
Being real with you all, it was a bit of more of a task than it seems on paper.
It
always
everything
is.
Everything is, but we did care. We
When-
did value
when
the
peop-
opinions.
when
We did.
people say-
I didn't like it being bound
Yeah.
to shift, but I understood it being bound to shift as a someone that plays third person or first person games. Having the mobility on shift makes sense for players that may be new, but in the world of Smite, it doesn't make sense to have.
When there
the
are
inability to
suggestions that are like
rebind it.
make sense, like are pretty obvious, and is more unanimous than not. It's almost always that we're thinking about it and we're working on it. It just might not be as easy as it seems, or it needs to just be
Might take time.
prioritized. And we can't talk about it until we know it's ready.
Agreed.
Are you good on the Traveler stuff?
I think we're good.
Okay, so we'll go back.
We can go back.
We'll show the skins. We'll come back to
Sorry,
the other stuff.
I'm sorry.
We'll
Because
bounce about.
this is just a lot of me talking, which people
we
like
like you
looking at
talking.
stuff.
We'll get there.
Blind Vengeance Nemesis
Hey, oh, this is a cool skin.
is making her return.
Nice.
This is, I think, the most used Nemesis
Really?
skin is
Oh,
my
okay.
one.
Did
People
not know
really
that.
like this one. So it's coming back with some prisms. We have the
Sweet.
Urban Assassin. Which
Oh,
I
she
don't
got
know.
like a little bit of camo.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little digital camo thing going on there.
I
which
think
is
I had
pretty
that
cool.
winter skin in like Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah,
I was about
maybe.
to say something about COD 2 where I'm like, I think every single COD game has had that.
Yeah, you
Camo
have the
released.
Night Sky.
Pretty.
Oh, these
I love the
swills.
material
Is-
treatment.
yeah,
Oh.
again, the material treatment. Again, don't know if it's coming through on the stream super well, but
It's coming great for me.
Cool little detail here. And then you have the Crimson Flame.
I love this color.
Yeah. So
Looks really
Like a deep red. I've always wanted a sports car with that color.
now this also
That was like
comes
10.
with, I believe, a title.
It does, it seems. It's
Ninja.
Ninja classic.
It's a cool one. And the Deadly Smoke
Jump
Jump
stamp.
Stamp.
That's cool.
Now,
It's kind of got like a cartoony like effects on it.
yeah, it's kind of cool. Like always with these travelers, right? At first, if you choose to buy it during its initial release period, right? This is the only way to get the classic skin.
Yep.
But the classic skin will be available for legacy gems later on if you choose to wait. So don't worry. Like all classic skins, we will handle it the way we do. So I think those are really cool. Hopefully, you guys think they are cool. We also have. You want to do the ESET one?
Whichever one.
Let's do the
Ooh,
ESET.
I don't know if I know the ESET one.
Yeah, so this one is a little bit of a
Different one, right?
different one.
Okay, here we go.
So this one is ESET Crimson Mist.
Oh, cool.
So this
Damn,
one
her
is
wings are
more
pretty.
like the Pele,
Pele,
one that
yep,
we
yep.
did. So
Sorry, I just want to know what that bear thing's doing. I just need.
We'll get there.
we'll get
I
there.
know.
We'll get there. So it gives you this Crimson Mist ESET skin, which is kind of a different colorway
Very
for
cool.
base ESET. And I don't want to say this for sure because I'm not sure if we ended up doing
She
it.
has this border on her, which looks really cool.
Let's look at what else is in here first.
Okay,
and
yeah,
then
so-
I'll ask you to do something in a second.
We got the Crimson Mist.
Yeah.
There's also the cutesy
Classic
chest roll.
cutesy chest,
Yeah.
nice.
I have temp here, so I don't know.
Vomit bear.
It's going to be a badge, I guess.
It's the vomit bear.
I guess it's
badge.
taken
Yeah.
over a badge. Then set to rest as a tracker.
Yeah.
The number of gods given funeral. Oh my god! It like animates a little bit.
Yes, the animated
Oh my
vomiting
God.
gummy bear ward skin.
Oh wow. I mean,
So-
it's not quite a smite card, but it'll do.
Yes. And so is it possible to run in game with the skin real quick?
Let me try.
Just check something for me.
Yeah, cool.
Putting me through my paces.
I apologize.
It's okay.
I
It's okay. It's
apologize.
how things happen.
Because we had talked about doing something. I'm pretty sure we did, but now I don't remember if we did. And this is the.
I'm gonna say what chat's gonna say and the questions that you hate, but eventually we're gonna get like the randomized stuff, so I can have more than just smite card, right?
Eventually.
Because I want we have a lot of cute cats and stuff
Yeah.
on there. And there's
Turns
so many
out that's one of
adorable
those things that's more
Just
work
super
than you would
hard. Oh, I
expect
know.
it to be.
I've asked you
So
that.
When do we eventually
I'm
get
just
all the
saying
gods in
it
the game?
now
You
because
know?
I know
It's
people
something-
in
yeah.
chat will say it, so I'm preempting
You're right.
them.
I get
Yeah.
you. So I'm trying to get in game.
Because until then,
with
smite
me.
card.
Put in that spot. Okay. I'm guessing it's VXG related.
It's
What's my guess?
Audio related.
Oh, okay. I'm in game. Am I just gonna
Yeah.
go live and we're gonna test?
Yeah, we're just gonna try.
I
We're just gonna
can't
see.
check
Does disco
otherwise.
still have 2 different jumps? I'm not sure. Good question.
Okay. In game.
Can you try doing? Yeah. Can you try doing VER?
You suck.
Hey, there we go. Yeah.
Is
so
this different than?
Okay.
This is
This is that one.
This is
skin?
yeah. So we thought that she looked kind of
the vampire
vampire-y,
skin? Right,
and we were
right.
like, "Hey, it would be cool." And we decided this kind of last minute, which is why I wasn't sure that we actually ended up doing it.
Oh.
If we used the Scarlet Coven
Right,
voice
right,
pack
right,
from
right.
Smite 1
Gotcha.
instead of base ISIS voice pack or base ESET voice pack. Excuse me.
There you go.
That's so funny.
So if you
You
like
suck.
the Scarlet Coven Smite 1 voice pack and want to sound a little more vampire-y,
Very cool.
this skin will let you do that. So.
Cool.
But you suck it's a good thing if you're
Yeah.
talking to other vampires.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I watched Blade during the holiday season. That was really cool. I've not seen it before.
You'd never seen
I've never seen Blade, so I watched it on the plane when I was traveling. I'm
That's
like, oh, this
crazy.
is very cool.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Vampire tangent.
Is there
my
more
bad.
season passed off? Is there more?
There's one more
That's
traveler,
forever.
and I believe this one is an all new, never before seen skin.
Yeah?
Sweet, exciting.
Tell me its name so I can try and find it.
This skin is for Ares.
I also don't think I've seen this.
Um,
Man, Dev's busy. People have been working so hard
Dude.
over winter. I'm looking at it like, whoa, there's so much stuff. Okay. And the name of it is...
Codebreaker.
Cool. Just double checking my work before I
Yeah,
showcase
just
something
in
that's
case.
not there. Here
Oh,
we go.
wait,
Yeah.
that looks sick.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, that
This
is
skin
clean.
ended up looking pretty sick.
I love the crystalline elements.
Okay.
Yeah. I just think it turned out looking great.
great.
I don't even know how to describe
this
it.
is the base.
It's just this is the
Nice.
base.
This is the base. Then we've
yeah.
got
We've
prisms.
got prisms. The
Obsidian,
Oath.
Gorgeous. Wait, yeah, can I see the center of his? Actually, just his chest.
Or his chest. Sorry.
Oh yeah, the skull
Gives me
eyes come
Jing
out
10
so there.
vibes
Can you go back
of
to
the
the
chest.
base, the red one again? I just want to see
Yeah.
what that looks. Oh, it's there. It just looks so different. Wow, it's so pretty.
So then there's the Obsidian Oath. There's also Gilded. Treasure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, gorgeous.
Look
It's kind of like got Radiant vibes with the color scheme.
Forged
Warrior.
Warrior.
Cool.
Yeah.
A little bit of Onyx vibes.
Glow.
I think I like the blue one.
Comes with a Callbreaker Announcer Pack too,
Yep.
which I can't showcase right now. There's a
Nice.
Breaker's Helm Ward.
I mean, that means you've taken his helm though. Like you've like.
Yeah,
Is
you
it-
have
he's just took his
broken the
helm
core
off.
breaker. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. And then there's also a Ice Wraith jump stop. It's unlocked for me because I've been playtesting to make sure it worked.
Yeah.
That's
so,
very
so yeah, so
I like
very
the
cool,
blue
very
one.
cool, all new skin for Ares that will be coming as part of this update. So
Yeah.
hopefully y'all think it's
Oh
cool.
man, the
Awesome.
base is really cool too.
Yep. And then there also, I don't know if we can show this easily, but we can you go to the cutesy chest?
Are you in
I'll
it?
look.
No, why would there be a cutesy Killgoon? That's the worst idea. Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
So there is a yeah. So we have a
Sorry, I'm just making sure I don't, because I'm in dev. I'm like, let's just make sure nothing's, because I was like, it's coming. So classic cutesy chest.
in the cutesy chest. So we went through and we realized that we had
Cutesy Manny.
for all of the characters. I don't know how many of you remember the game DKO,
Of course we do.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
but we made like these character icons for all of the DKO versions of the characters. And we were like,
fantastic art.
We were like, this is really good art, and it fits with the cutesy chest.
That soul's adorable. Oh my god.
So we put all of the DKO cutesy character art into this chest as new badges.
Sweet.
We thought that would be some fun new stuff that you get. I think those are existing.
Some of them might already exist too. Sorry.
I think it's just those first couple rows are the DKO.
Awesome.
So I thought they were cute, and I said it would be fun to put them in here. So
cute.
Yep, that's what we got there. Okay.
Pun.
I think that's things. I think that's most of what I have to show off. I do also have those pictures.
Okay, next up.
Okay, so we'll talk. I'm gonna explain it first before we pull up the pictures. Okay, so as part of this patch, we've actually done quite a few optimizations to the physics memory that we are using, and also to in-match HUD performance, and the images that I have around in-match HUD performance. So I'm going to read for a little while, and then we'll pull up the images.
Story time.
Okay, so first thing, physics memory optimizations. In a recent pass to optimize our render times in Conquest, we updated a lot of our rock meshes and combined them. For those of you who know a lot about how UE5 works, you may say, why are we not using instance static meshes? We tried that, but it was costing more to render our rocks that way, so we combined them.
Obviously, guys, come on.
We realized afterwards that the physics meshes created for those rocks was not using the simple geometry and generated a lot of extra memory in Conquest. We've cleaned that up and also reevaluated some other physics assets being used around the map, and we have saved around 500 megabytes of RAM.
Damn.
By making these updates for Conquest.
That's a lot of megabytes.
Wow.
Which is a lot of megabytes of RAM. So hopefully for Conquest, it will be using less of your RAM.
Cool.
So performance improvements.
Performance improvements.
Going
RAM's
through
pretty
here.
expensive nowadays.
Yeah.
You know?
Shoot.
Let's get in there, yeah.
Okay. In-match HUD optimizations. So UE5's UI system is called Slate. Yes. Slate is really optimized around the idea of generating UI elements and updating them very infrequently. Unfortunately for us, we have a lot of in-world UI elements that update as you swivel your camera or move your character.
Totally.
Health bars, jungle camp timers, interact prompts, damage numbers. Everything that is UI but looks like it is placed in the world has this. Oh, did we get an ad? No?
There's no ads.
Okay.
Lies.
Okay, sorry. I thought chat told me. Has this issue. Early on in our development, we found that adding or removing these widgets to the HUD is more expensive than we would like given the frequency that it happens. And if a player is quickly pivoting in a team fight, health bars and other elements are quickly added and removed from the screen, and you would constantly pay the price for that. So we've worked in favor of pooling these common widgets on the HUD to allow them to be reused and only hide or show them, which is much cheaper. In terms of performance costs, not in terms of like money costs, right? This does mean that when we then go to reorder the depth of the health bars, the Slate widgets would have to rebuild their whole tree, which meant that more than 100 elements for some of these common pooled pieces would have to be rebuilt.
That's crazy.
Okay.
We've done a few things to minimize this. We have separated out health bars from other in-world widgets so that now health bars will always be in front of things like jungle camp timers. And we have also decided that we would not try to reorder that second group at all. For health bars, we are using their in-world depth from the camera and would resort them even if the health bars did not physically overlap on screen. We are now doing a quick calculations to see if any conflicting depths overlap and need to be resorted. This is in-depth stuff, but I think it's interesting.
Sure.
Apologize for people that don't like this.
Well, layman's terms, don't worry, Vaffy.
We're going to show some pictures that hopefully make this a little bit clearer. Another cost that we would pay for moving these around is that the Slate would invalidate the contents of the widget when all we were doing was sliding it around or changing the scale to show that it was further than you. And when it's invalidated, then we have to rebuild the whole thing, which is a very expensive performance thing. So we're fixing that by updating the minion health bars for now, God health bars soon, to live within a retainer box. This collapses the widget into a flat texture, but means that we do have to explicitly update it when minion health changes or when it gets recycled. So initially we saw some bugs when we did this, but it was a big performance improvement. We think we have squashed all of those, but let us know if you see any issues with minion health bars not updating properly in this update. There are a handful of other cleanups that have gone into this patch and other similar changes that we plan to ship in the next couple of patches. as we focus in this space, looking under every rock for precious CPU time.
So TLDR real quick is people have always complained about performance, and that's one thing we are caring about, always consistently with
it's
the
a
game.
never-ending battle.
And this is one of those steps in that direction. The main thing with this is regarding what's loading into your game and what's getting displayed in your game and what's taking priority, which is taking up some of the performance from your computers at home to play these games. So we're trying to like clean that up as much as possible. However, with doing that, some of the stuff like minion health bars may be awkward during this patch. But we think
we fixed it.
We've got it
but
all.
if you see them being weird, let us know.
We do care. We are trying to improve things, but this is one of the steps in that direction. So a lot of that stuff is that a good way of explaining?
Good way of
really?
explaining. And then if we pull up the graphs, so we have some visual. Again, it may be hard.
Whoa!
So blue lines. This is the before.
Blue lines. This is the before. And if you look on the most important thing to notice here is if you look on the right side. It's from 2 to 6 milliseconds. Yeah. Right? Is kind of the scale here.
2 to 6.
And this is literally what some of us do sometimes to make sure that the game can be better, guys.
Yeah. And this is looking at this is basically just the performance of the slate, the UI elements, right? And the important thing to notice here is that like it's kind of generally speaking around 4 milliseconds for this stuff.
Around this area?
Yeah. And then if we go to the next slide.
Damn, halved.
It's basically been
improved version,
cut in half on average, with a lot fewer spikes that are going to slow things down.
This is over the course of minutes as well. Like
best way I can explain this for you all, chat, is that the blue bars going up is how much performance is taken in the machine and in the game, and then the other version is how much is now taken in the game.
Yes.
In terms of what's doing, so the performance increases. You can see there. There's still some spike ups, and we're aware of those.
And
however,
like we said,
those spike ups are still here.
There's other performance things that we are aware of that we want to do, but I think that just already this can show that like. We have basically cut the CPU cost of the UI in half.
So in terms of performance, we should slowly see some increases now, and we can continue to trend in that path. But this is a great thing to showcase you all and give you some sort of base data, really, to kind of look at the differences that we can see on our side.
Yes. So
less blue, good.
Yes. So there's a lot of this kind of stuff that people like Jordan and Charlie spend a lot of time looking at, trying to figure out.
Amazing team.
What in any given millisecond of the game is costing the most performance. And we had kind of recently come to this conclusion that UI was causing a lot of the problems. And they really got a chance to dive in over the slightly longer break. And hopefully this improves everybody's performance coming soon.
Yeah, between that and the rock stuff that you're talking about, like it is always the things. We're looking literally at all parts of the game to make sure that we can find things that we can do to make the game feel better for everyone.
Yeah, so I apologize if that was too much detail for people, but some people really like the detail on, how we address performance stuff. So when I get a chance where I can give you guys a little more detail, I like to do that.
Yes.
A few other things that we have coming in this patch. UI updates. We have fixed the surrender pause vote would cause the scoreboard to flicker on gamepad. So hopefully you can now scoreboard while pause surrender vote. We have fixed the pause timer desync. Minimap pinging will now always center the cursor on gamepad.
Okay.
Which was really annoying for gamepad pinging. We have changed the unpause binding to F5 to help prevent an accidental press during voting.
Okay.
So F5 for the PC players out there is now going to be the unpause command. It'll display in game as well. I have seen it, but it's going to be in a different thing to just avoid.
I think those might even be key bindable as well. So.
Yeah, I believe that.
And then we have some fixes / quality of life improvements coming to the item store as part of this update as well. The relic selection should now show Mode of Chaos as part of there to make it easier to find. Base relic and upgraded relics are now broken apart into separate grids in the build panel, so it should be easier to figure out what you're doing there. Curio now has a grid in the build panel, so if you click on Curio, you should be able to see a panel of that. We have fixed an issue where relic in inventory was not selectable on gamepad. So gamepad users should be able to click on that to see their relics and pick that a lot easier. We have fixed an issue where clearing the filter and then opening another screen, for example, the scoreboard, would scroll the item store to the previously selected item.
Yes, nice, cool, like that.
And grids in the build panel should now always be sorted by their price or name. So these were a lot of the things that I believe Vafi brought up
Hey,
in a video
there's
that
Chad.
sent
Good
to us.
stuff. That's huge, though. That's awesome.
We really do try and make the game better every chance we get. You know, like we watch the videos you guys send us. We read the things.
We do.
Except for Inbounds. His videos are terrible. No, I'm joking. Shout out to Inbounds. We love you.
Yeah. So
He's not here anymore, so it's okay.
yeah. So that's beyond
lot of stuff.
balance, which there is a decent amount of balance in this.
And
update
that's
as well.
coming up on a future time.
We're going to talk about that on
Yes.
Friday.
Friday will be where we talk about balance and the upcoming there. That was a lot of stuff though to cover today.
Yeah, and there's one other thing that we should briefly talk about. I think. Did you have the list of the +1s for the other character that's going to be in PTS?
Yes.
Okay, so
wow, even
PTS
more.
is going to go live in 14 minutes approximately.
I'll be well. Yeah.
Might be live now. I don't know. Sometime
It
soon.
might be.
And we will also be PTSing Chiron, who we told you on Monday
Sweet.
is coming
Exciting.
after Discordia.
Yeah.
As part of this, Chiron is less far along. He is going to be in a rougher state.
Correct.
We aren't going to pull him up on screen right now to show him. I will say really quickly, because I've seen some discourse about this.
Discourse.
I was thinking the same.
Horse.
People talking. No,
Discourse.
dis-
Discourse.
Horse. That's the horse part.
Oh, God, that's bad.
When we brought him over to SMITE 2, we did make him slightly beefed up in ways that it made sense that would not break all of his animations and require us to redo it. I'm sure that there are people who wanted him to be much bigger and beefier, but this was kind of as far as we felt like we could push it while not having to completely redo everything. So hopefully people will enjoy the way that turns out. Also, there are some people who are very upset that he wears his wrist or his
like vambrace stuff.
Yeah.
his vambrace
on the wrong
thing on the wrong
Or
arm.
shoulders. Yep.
When he was initially modeled in SMITE 1, it was intentionally put on his arm that he charges forward with. And it is meant as like armor to protect him while he is charging forward. It was not meant as armor to protect his arm while he is shooting arrows.
Interesting.
Right.
And the animations are built as well to support that. We felt like we were better off sticking with that. The armor is meant for charging forward, not the armor is the archer vambrace armor or whatever. So we did not move the armor to the other arm the way some people have requested that we did. So I just wanted to get out in front of that and explain
No change
why
there.
those artistic decisions were made.
Yep.
So don't expect that to change.
So
Beyond
Chiron-
that, he does have some gameplay changes that will be tested today, but he's a little bit early. So
And here we go. Chiron will be in the game for you guys to test. He is in an early spot. Probably worth mentioning, this is one thing from Caps, who's lead on Chiron at the moment. But he said, noting there's a lot of temporary effects in his hit mark. It's currently using a Wheelix's mark, so it might be confusing for Wheelix players. That's obviously not final.
It's PTS.
But
They
the
can
mark,
deal with it.
The mark is there showing the Wheelix mark, which is what we're going to be using for the Masterful Shot stuff. Chiron's +1s, though, for notable things for you. First of all, he's strength only scaling. Since he has no tooltips, they'll want to know that ahead of time is what the note says there.
Cool.
Masterful Shot is fireable during his ultimate. So while you're using your ult, you can also use the 2.
Nice.
Masterful Shot, the 2, is global in range. As long as the mark is on
Wasn't
them.
before?
I want to say it was, but I thought it was.
No, but
Maybe it wasn't.
it's one of those things that you never know until like you actually dig deep into it. So
I think some of it is people thinking like about an Apollo ultimate with a 2 following him, which technically would be global, but I don't know. And that's the
it
only
wasn't
plus
oddly
ones.
Poncest. Very interesting.
That's
I love
weird.
hearing about that stuff because I would never.
I
Have
definitely remember a Chiron killing someone in Fountain, but that's a long time ago. Anyway, but yeah, that's the major plus ones for him there. It's basically his same kit that you'll expect. The 1 is still the cleanse and the damage. Check him out in game. Give us feedback on him. It is very early in the dev cycle for him, though, in a weird way. So obviously, we're putting it out there because he's kind of ready for you guys to mess around with, and we can get more feedback data from
yeah,
it.
it's like we said, still a little bit early.
Yeah.
There may be some things that change as we progress here. But
Bobby, don't.
coming right back to holiday.
That's like thanks, Bob. Thanks, Andy. You got my back.
Bobby, I've seen you play so many Emoji games in comp and go 06. Please leave me alone. Don't start.
Oh! You could if they were in range when you fired the 2. It's more so that like they can be out of the range before you even fire it at all.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, that
you
makes
can still
okay, that
chase
makes more
them.
sense.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
More
all
like
Chiron.
Zeus in that way.
So Chiron should be available as well as part of PTS today once it's live.
That makes way more
believe it's live straight after the show.
Yeah.
So we'll be checking in on that. And now we're at 1:50, so we've got like 10 minutes left here. Bit of Q&A. That
Yeah,
makes
we can
sense?
do
Bobby.
questions.
Sorry.
Oh, go for it.
No, we're good.
But yeah, hopefully everybody's excited about here. I'm
lot of
going to
stuff.
do my quick little recap, and
Yeah,
then we'll do some
do
Q&A.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, So we have coming in this update on Tuesday. We have Discordia. We have her aspect of the Gilded Victor, which is a ADC
Mage
carry,
ADC.
Mage ADC aspect.
Mage carry.
We have the Ascension Pass for Discordia. We have the Nemesis Blind Vengeance Traveler.
Cool.
We have the ESET Crimson Mist Traveler featuring the Scarlet Coven voice pack and the Puking Kitty
Puking
ward.
Bear, yeah.
They're Puking Bear, yeah, excuse me.
Vomit Bear.
We have the Ares Corebreaker Traveler.
Cool.
Yule Fest is ending. Get your candies now if you want them. And we'll be bringing back the Pantheon Quest for this update. We are adding the DKO badges to the cutesy chest. We have fixed the cast mode issues with aspects. We have a suspected fix for the RTO frozen mesh and audio VFX spam issue. We are adding a setting that allows you to choose if you want to use the shift keybind for agility relic or if you want to use standard relic keybinds. We're doing physics memory optimizations, which should make conquest take up less of your RAM, and in-match HUD optimizations, which should make the HUD take up less of your CPU. There are a bunch of UI updates, including fixing surrender pause on scoreboard and fixing pause desync timers, fixing a minimap pinging, allowing you to always center the cursor on gamepad. Unpause binding swapping has been swapped to F5 to prevent accidental press during vote. There's a bunch of item store fixes, including a bunch of relic selection stuff. Curio now has a grid in the build panel. They fixed an issue where relic in inventory was not selectable on gamepad. We fixed an issue where clearing the filter, then opening another screen would scroll to the previously selected item, and grids in the build panel should now always be sorted by price and name. That is the quick summary.
And PTS is live.
It's live.
Nice.
There we go.
That was a quick check. PTS is live, so you guys can already jump in.
Yeah.
and test.
It's only been 2
I
weeks
can't say it's
plus
been
another like
2 weeks because
week or
it's
It's been a couple of weeks.
technically before weeks, but people
technically it's
didn't
only
work
been like
for 2 of them.
2 weeks of
So-
work time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay, let's try and get through a couple questions then and see what people have to discuss today.
does the Discordia wheel buff affect her buffed ally? No. So there's 2 different components to the passive now. There's the strength, like intelligence buff that just gets given to someone who has the highest damage dealt on your team to enemy gods, and then there's the Discordia specific wheel buff that is only for her.
We still don't have an after-match game timer. Yeah, that's something that I'm aware of. Realistically, we want to change the whole end-of-match lobby experience, and doing work on it in the short term that will be thrown away is just kind of like not the best thing that we can be doing with our UI resources. I'd rather spend them on something that we don't know we're throwing away.
We're going to be keeping around.
Yeah, because we kind of want to redo the whole end-of-match lobby experience. So it's just, it's on the to-do list.
Before the relic update, you could buy beads and talisman. Now, if you do that, it uses them at the same time. Is that intended? Yes, I believe so.
That is intended. Yes. They share the same cooldown that is intended. What about God skin selection improvements in the menus on console? It's really bad to try and maneuver where you want to go or lock something in, especially on Assault. So Assault in particular, we got a good bug report on console Assault, and Charlie looked at that yesterday, and I believe what was happening was basically anytime somebody else locked in, it was like refreshing that widget and screwing you up. So I think he actually fixed that yesterday. I'm not sure it's going to make this update.
Right.
But we definitely have looked at the Assault Conquest lock-in issues. Will we get the missing Pantheon badges in the Pantheon Quest event? You'll only get the same ones that were there previously, I believe. I don't think we've added any new ones. Next new god, we haven't confirmed
Chiron.
anything beyond. Yeah, sorry. These 2 gods are the 2 that we've confirmed right now. We'll share more information about other new gods when we feel comfortable doing that. We just got back from break. Come on, give us a second.
You guys, a few of you have said
It doesn't matter how many gods we told them, like in a row, they'd be like, so what's the one after that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to happen.
What general theme is Friday's balance patch going to focus on?
Do you know, Clons?
General theme?
I guess things that I know are happening. Lash is getting nerfed a little bit. Jungler Clear is getting nerfed a bit.
There's some item tweaks on attack damage that I think will be very interesting.
Yeah. Other things, we'll see. Pon said those ones on Monday, so I can cover those.
Disco aspect is int, not strength.
instead of OB26, why don't we use 26.1.1 or 26.1.2 or some other format so it would align with the patch's release year, month, and version, making it easier to organize and locate. I think that's a reasonable way of doing it. We've tried a lot of different ways. Like 1 year we were like 24R1 or something.
Oh yeah,
Remember
that's right.
that? Like we've done stuff like that in the past. I think that it's easier for players to understand that it's an actual big update and it's not just like they have hot fixed the current patch when it's
Right.
like it's just a new number. And new number, you know, it sounds stupid, but it's really easy to be like new number, new patch. Cool, got it.
Yep. What is it? Yeah, I don't know where this Changa Tima thing is. That's not from our side, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think it's just somebody fishing for confirmation
Fishing for
of
more
shots that they want.
confirmation.
Nope.
That's all.
Yeah.
I love the conquest lighting and day-night cycles. Is there any news and updates about bringing that towards specifically Joust? Or
Not as of this moment. We've talked about that sort of stuff being brought into other game modes and stuff, but no news right now.
Clumsy. No news right now. Kilgun. Stay tuned.
Always stay tuned.
Those technically mean the same thing.
Yeah.
They do. It means, yeah. I
One
guess.
of them is just coming from a guy that has done a lot of marketing in his life.
Smite Car 2, summer 2026.
Stay tuned. No, I'm kidding.
Exactly. Stay tuned.
No.
Yeah, we just like changed the world on that one.
I don't know if it's supposed to be, but the disco recolor is in PTS. I don't know if that's I believe that.
One sec. I've not had a chance to look at this because I've just come back to you, but I'm expecting what you're about to say there, Kilgun, is accurate.
Yes.
Let me see if it's there. Probably is.
We're still working out the details. In fact, I need to talk to Hindu about this later for a potential some sort of ranked reset this month.
We'd
we'll
mentioned
have more
it-
details.
Yeah,
later.
we mentioned something about the end of this month is kind of where we're looking at that. We'll clue everybody in. We said that just before the Christmas break that we'd just be finalizing that. Expectations are at the earliest, probably very end of this month, very start of next month is my expectation. But it needs to be confirmed on everyone's side and our
Yep.
side. So.
And Hindu's like staring at me. He's like, "We need to confirm this on our side." It's like,
I mean, like, listen, I don't care. You guys just tell me a date.
I'm gonna
like,
rip
that's
it
the
tomorrow.
reset.
No, I'm joking.
I'd rip it. I'd rip everyone back to zero.
No,
I'd also
we're still
change the
deciding
rankings
whether
too.
we're gonna do that or not.
I think everybody should. Below OBS is classed as clay. It's one
I'm gonna
division.
reset all
It's
like
one division.
the obsidian and above to 0, but everyone else stays the same.
Yeah, this is already on PTS Kilgoon, but
Yeah.
it already says what it is. So
Yeah, there you go.
if you click it, and it says right about here, it will be a Twitch drop in the latest patch as well. So generally what happens with that is the god is released or the patch goes live on a Tuesday, and my goal is, you notice how I don't say Tuesday anymore. I have to
It's
say
Tuesday.
I say Tuesday.
Someone told me to
intentionally
say
wrong.
skeleton.
Just because
I don't
everyone's like
remember why.
Tuesday. But we will
skeletons in my closet.
be having the Twitch drop probably go live on the Saturday, and we generally do that for a 2-week cycle. The first week we'll do it for a week, and we'll do it the following week just in case everyone wants to complain that they weren't available for that 1 week
Right.
to do it, so we give them the additional week.
Gotcha.
However, that should be
And then you'll
available.
test it on me so I get it early, right?
Potentially, yeah. Someone who's around on the day that I'm testing it to make sure it works. So, yeah.
I want it.
Chiron could be dual scaling. No, I think we said he's strength only. So build strength.
Yep, he's
on
going to be
PTS.
strength only.
What did you miss? Everything.
Everything. Let's.
We're still deciding what kind of reset it's going to be. Sign up.
Yeah, is all of our intended balance on PTS, or is there some stuff that's probably
I
still?
would say 95% of it probably.
Yeah, so most of the stuff should be on PTS for people.
Yeah, we always that's almost always the case, and people can go fishing. But I've also seen people be like, "Oh, I think this was changed." They don't bother to check live, so they just have like fake patch notes as well sometimes, and that's a bit silly.
God leaderboards. I've seen a few people asking about. God leaderboards are something that we can do fairly easily, actually. But historically, we saw a lot of people just kind of trying to like manipulate the God leaderboards, especially when there were any kind of rewards tied to it, where it's like, I only play off peak on low pop servers to ensure that I have 100% win rate. And it was just like, I don't know, it never felt super valid, and we didn't like having rewards tied to it because of that, right? So bringing back God leaderboards is something that like we could do, but there probably won't be rewards tied to it.
And if we do, then I'm resetting Mytharia's Morrigan 1 every single day, so you can never be tied.
You can't just
Too late.
You can't do that to him.
Well, it is 2 o'clock
Oh, is it
It
already?
is.
already. Time has flown, but we did get through a lot of stuff. However, it is time for
One more question.
which is probably 6.
Are we sometimes playing in the PTS as well while it is online? So we have a chance of being in the same round. I will say most of us are watching people streaming while they're playing PTS and not actually playing themselves, because it seems that we can find more PTS issues and reactions that are valuable by observing other people than by participating in the PTS ourselves.
Yeah. I know people might want us in there, but also we try and continue to work during the day and do other things at the same time as allow people to play the PTS so we can get more feedback. Some of the stuff we'll see on the PTS we're might be aware of, or we've kind of dev tested in some regards too. But yeah, we'd love to be involved at certain times. We just don't always have the time to. However, in the evening, some of us do jump on, after work and mess around.
What is everyone's favorite flavor of pie, and will Clumsy stream tonight? I'm not streaming tonight. I probably will stream tomorrow, though.
You'll
What's
stream
favorite pie? No. I've got board games tonight, so I'll stream probably tomorrow.
More important
But favorite...
It's like that. Go
Yes, favorite flavor of pie? I don't know, but we were talking about Thanksgiving recently, and I realized that I do quite like pecan pie.
I'd be basic and just say apple, I think. Classic
Really?
apple pie. Yeah. Not
My
American version, though.
my daughter is obsessed with cherry pie.
Cherry pie?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. So I like cherry pie quite a bit, but I might say pumpkin for myself.
Cherry pie.
Pumpkin pie is really good.
Genuine question. Will
I'll play
lifesteal
with that
builds
one,
be bad during OB26? Genuine answer. I don't know. Find out on Friday when we do ballots.
I didn't think of key lime pie.
Key lime
Key
pie
lime's
is pretty good. Yeah.
Key lime's pretty solid. Really going on the pie.
I'd probably stick with pumpkin, but key lime is a good answer.
Would you add the animations with the Cyclops at the end? Man, I miss Denton. Do you remember Denton?
Yes.
I miss him. He should be a playable god.
No.
What if he was the store owner? That was my pitch.
What if we have Denton riding Martigras?
Denton would appear and sell you the stuff from the shop.
We've joked about that many times.
I
No,
know.
he was in the Senpai Daji adventure.
Oh, was he?
I'm pretty sure.
Miss Denton. Good lad. Never complained.
Never complained.
Sweet. Did
We got one more?
Did we?
Did we do all 3?
I
do
answered the
it.
pie question.
I think we did
Does
it.
that count?
Okay.
I'll answer more on stream at some point.
Thank you all for tuning in today on the second Titan Talk of the year, the first one with a God reveal. Friday we'll be back with balance updates, probably some changes as well that have probably happened based off how PTS has gone for the past 48 hours since then as well. Please send us your feedback. Obviously, we do care. We'll do our best to try and evaluate and get things corrected as much as possible, ready for the release on Tuesday. In the interim, if we don't see you beforehand, we'll see you all on the battlegrounds. Goodbye.
Bye.